What's going on, everyone? Today we get to dive into another new leader from set 6 in LAMA Sue. Potentially a powerful upgrade leader that we get to hopefully dominate some people with. We got a bunch of new cards in this list that I cannot wait to play with. Before we do, a big thank you to my patrons over on Patreon, guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Makes a lot more of these videos possible. But what do we got going on with LAMA Sue today? We have an action to play an upgrade from your hand on a friendly non-vehicle unit. And if you do, you have to deal 1 damage, but that upgrade does cost 1 less. So it's pretty nice. I mean, all of our essentially 1 cost upgrades are essentially free, which is pretty sweet. But more importantly, you're going to get a discount on some more powerful upgrades a little bit later on. So with that, we get to hopefully see what we could do with all of the random units that we've got brewing. So with the new set, we get access to a bunch of new turn 1 plays that are absolutely fantastic for this deck. Cards like Lobot, Lost Jedi, and Zam Wessel. All 3 of these are incredibly powerful. Lobot, Sentinel, Grit seems pretty straightforward, but you're going to be able to deal damage to a unit with LAMA Sue. So if you put something like, let's say, a Devotion or just a Nimble Prowess, this is suddenly +2/+0 on the Lobot, and it's already got Sentinel. Lost Jedi, just Grit, so you can put something that, gives some more power to the unit by dealing damage to it and put another upgrade on it. Something like Electro Staff, Devotion, or Size Matters Not. Something like a Size Matters Not suddenly becomes, a 2 cost +6/+4. Well, not quite, because it's already started as a 1/3, but it turns this into a 6/4 with the Size Matters Not, which is pretty awesome. And then we also have cards, like the new Zam Wessel, which when it has upgrades, it gains Grit. So you put a Devotion on this unit, suddenly this is a +2/+0 for Zam Wessel, and Restore 2 for 1 resource. Like, that is an incredible rate. We've obviously got cards like Axe Woves to get some boosts going on. We are playing Double Vigilance, mainly because of the new Exiled from the Force giving something Grit when it doesn't have it. So things like Dr. Pershing or Ogdo Bogdo or Lieutenant Childson or Axe Woves, all these cards just suddenly getting Grit. Absolutely amazing. Nice little addition there. We also have things like Protector to give things Sentinel. We've got things like Size Matters Not, which is actually a really sweet addition in this deck. Obviously Vigilance and Doom, which if we're putting some upgrades on things, well, hopefully the units are going to stick around, which means Doom is going to get some more value. There are different ways to build LAMA Sue, right? You could go LAMA Sue green, which I think is an amazing option as well. But I wanted to start us off with double blue LAMA Sue, just because we get to play with some sweet double blue cards like Doom, Exiled from the Force, and of course, Vigilance. I think that this is going to be a very different list than most people are, kind of used to. I am a little bit worried about some hard removal, because I do think that is always going to have the biggest impact against these full-on upgrade style decks. But let's see what we could do with some LAMA Sue. Alrighty, starting off the first matchup here with a pretty solid start. No upgrades besides the Devotion so far. And ooh, okay, we've got options now. I really do like Ogdo Bogdo generally. But I think in this matchup, Newt Gunray is going to be just a little bit more valuable. That said, I think I'm just going to attack him with a Lost Jedi and play our Axe Woves. I know the Shielded is kind of like, kind of counterintuitive with this type of deck where, oh, do you really want Shielded on your, Axe Woves to put upgrades and then damage it with the LAMA Sue? But I still think it's going to just outpace the value here. Ooh, looks like they got Clone Cohort over there. Okay, pretty sweet. Obviously, I mean, they can definitely get in a ton of damage with something like that. We've got a Zam Wessel. I mean, Vigilance is definitely a strong one. Electro Staff. I mean, I can just go, unit. I can go Newt Gunray plus an upgrade here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to start off with an attack with the Axe Woves. I know that they can go with the, kind of ready up a unit. I was kind of hoping that they're going to play something else. Instead of like, ooh, they've got Battle Droid, huh? I mean, honestly, I think I'll just knock one out to go ahead and get some value brewing. Okay. Ooh, Protector with the Nuke Gunray looks pretty nice. I think that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a free protector over on the Nuke Gunray, give it Sentinel. So now these units won't be able to essentially attack unless they just kind of bash their face against this Nuke Gunray, which seems pretty good to me. I'm going to have Vigilance to potentially shield up that Nuke Gunray. And we'll see what they decide to do with that ready up potential here. Let's just get an attack in with the Lost Jedi. Let's get an attack in with, I suppose, the Nuke Gunray. Just get an attack in for 5. Pursue the lead. Nice. They're going to be able to create a spy token. Yeah, seems good. Let's just go with Vigilance. We'll defeat the TIE Fighter, and we will, I guess, heal 5 from the base. I know they're going to create a Clone Trooper token, and they're going to start smacking into this this Nuke Gunray. They're probably going to claim initiative so that Nuke Gunray doesn't get an attack in, but I'm going to just attack it because we are really ahead on board right now. Okay, they're going to ready up the spy token and then be able to deploy. Wow, that's a lot of different units here that they were able to have. So we're... I think what we'll do here is just start off with an attack in for 4. Kind of a cheap hand right now. Let's go to deploy LAMA Su, because we're going to be able to play an upgrade from our discard pile, which could be Electro Staff. I think we'll go Electro Staff onto the LAMA Su, because then we'll put Protector on LAMA Su. And then, I mean, they're going to be able to smack in for tons of damage here. But we'll see what they decide to do. There's the price. Interesting. So what do we... I mean, they can ready up a unit, but they attack in for 8. If I put Protector onto the LAMA Su... Yeah, so now we put Protector on LAMA Su to give it Sentinel, and now none of their units can actually get through because of the Electro Staff Protector combo. And then, I mean, we could kill them with Lost Jedi or the Axe Woves, I guess. Yeah, GG. I mean, just Sentinel and restoring and all that nonsense was just pretty good. I mean, I was trying to figure out how to keep my LAMA Su alive, and I mean, that ended up working. I mean, they had to claim initiative and then just smack LAMA Su, but that ended up working pretty nicely. I mean, my opponent kind of did a bunch of nonsense, and we just did our game plan. There wasn't really any interaction between the two of us, but I suppose that's GG. Pretty cool. Alrighty, into the next one. My opponent's probably got to the waylays over there. Ooh, I do really like this hand. I actually really like the Electro Staffs, but more importantly, I really like Dr. Pershing to draw some extra cards. So let's go Dr. Pershing here on turn 1. They're going to be able to go on and do their thing, probably. There's another Ogdo Bogdo. We can just resource that. We'll see if they decide to hit the Dr. Pershing. I'd be a little bit surprised if they decided to. But that's okay if they do decide to. Ogdo Bogdo could potentially just dominate this whole game. We'll see. We'll see. Ogdo Bogdo can always attack in our deck as long as we have an upgrade, right? Being able to put something on there, dealing damage to it, means that we could get an attack in with Ogdo. So nice little 3 resource 5/4 in essence, but because we're going to deal damage to it, but also just, you know, it's not going to be a 5/4 because it's going to have an upgrade on it. So we'll see what they decide to do here. I mean, getting an attack in, always good. Got the Gunji. So they are going to attack the Dr. Pershing. We're going to play Ogdo Bogdo and deal damage to it. We'll see what they decide to do with Obi-Wan action. If they have like a waylay or something, they've got Ahsoka. All right, so we're going to hit the Ogdo Bogdo, draw a card. We'll see if they decide to put, you know, some upgrade on like Ahsoka, for example. Ahsoka's a nice one. Nice little synergy there. Probably playing Anakin as well. We're just going to claim here. And Axe is a good one. I do like Axe Woves here. We're just going to knock out Gunji. Kind of just like a free hit. They can kill off Dr. Pershing, which is what I'm kind of expecting them to do. And then we can go, you know, upgrade plus Axe Woves. I do want to draw more cards here, but you know, if I do a damage to the Ogdo-Bogdo, then Ahsoka just knock out Ogdo-Bogdo, right? And then Ahsoka lives, and then they can still attack with the Gunji, which means that they can get an experience token, and then the Gunji is going to be just too brutal. Wow, that is awesome. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Yeah, let's just go with Axe Woves here. I mean, they're gonna get in some good damage here for sure. We're gonna go Electro Staff over to the Ogdo-Bogdo. And then, I mean, I suppose they could just kill the Ogdo-Bogdo, which is totally fine. They just sneak attack just to kill the Ogdo-Bogdo, which is totally fine, right? Size matters not. That is pretty nice, actually. Constructor Lightsaber, not really doing a whole lot. I'm just going to immediately draw a card here. So we've got the potential to play Size Matters Not Protector and Electro Staff on this Axe Woves. I'd be a little bit worried is the only thing with this, just because if they have like a Waylay, it kind of really stinks. Oh, wow, they're just going to claim, huh? Okay, in that case, I'm just going to knock out Ahsoka, play a Zam Wesell, and then I'm also going to put a Protector on Zam Wesell and then pass. Gideon's a nice draw. Remember, we can start playing upgrades from the discard pile with LAMA Su. So that's really, really nice because I can put Electro Staff on Zam, another Electro Staff on Zam. And then it's just going to be an absolute brick wall Sentinel. So that's going to be awesome. I can start putting Electro Staffs on Axe, which seems fantastic as well. I mean, there are some really, really nice synergies here with what we've got going on. I mean, the Leia was cool and all, but they went Sneak Attack Leia, which is 2 cards. I mean, they got Depa to knock out our unit, I suppose, which is nice for sure. But, I mean, I think I just go ahead and put Electro Staff on Zam Wesell. And then I guess we'll see. I mean, this is going to get grit. It's going to be pretty insane pretty quickly. We can deploy LAMA Su. We could put a 1-cost upgrade on a unit, or we could just play Gideon. I can, you know, hit the Depa, give an experience token to Zam, and then attack for 3. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. 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 Just absolutely wow. That is incredible. They can bamboozle. Sure, yeah, you're playing bamboozle. Yeah, you got it. We can replay all of the cards. It is totally fine. Let's go with an attack. We will play Electro Staff onto the LAMA Su. And then, I mean, they haven't deployed Obi-Wan at all yet, so I guess. Wow, they got Qui-Gon, huh? Cool. I mean, they can't put LAMA Su because this is a non-leader, so I suppose we're just gonna get experience over here, right? That's chill. It's chill. We got Projector. I mean, this is an absolute just like broken unit right now. Do I want Size Matters Not? It reduce the toughness but boost the power. Yeah, that seems fine. We'll just go all in here. We'll just go all in. Remember, we can, you know, play things like Size Matters Not on this Lobot from LAMA Su, which is going to be fantastic. They got a Kellerin Beck, but again, I don't think it really matters. We're going to go Lobot before we attack here. Okay, you're just gonna knock into the Obi-Wan. Size Matters Not over on the Lobot. We will play, I mean, this can't go on anything but a Force unit, so Constructed Lightsaber doesn't really work out. Let's just go with Devotion on the Lobot here. Constructed Lightsaber, honestly, I'm just gonna resource it. It's gonna be a while before we get a Force unit, I imagine. My opponent's kind of just doing their thing and like, oh yeah, here's a Bamboozle, here's a Qui-Gon, like here's a Ambusher and all this stuff, but I mean, I'm not really worried about it. The wrong way. They're going to exhaust 2 of my resources, huh? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack with Lobot. And the reason I'm doing this is because if they kill Lobot with Kellerin, right, let's say, it's a trade. And then I can also just replay the Devotion again on my Lobot, or on my LAMA Su, right? So I'm not really worried. All right, let's claim initiative. I mean, it's game over, right? I could have done something completely different in this game and just probably attack their base. But, I mean, I'm just getting pure value right now. Cunning Command, I'm not expecting them to have any answer whatsoever to a mega upgraded leader. I mean, they could have Bamboozle, but that just returns it to hand, so I can just replay them all, right? So not worried about it. Into the next game, I'm gonna mulligan the first hand. This second one looks decent. I like the Chilson. I don't think the Sentinel Protector is going to do all that much work, so I think I'm just going to resource it and start off with a Lost Jedi. I know I could technically play it on turn 1 onto the Lost Jedi, but I'm kind of hoping to maybe draw some better cards. And this does work out, because I can go Electro Staff on the Lost Jedi, which is going to be able to attack for 4, very similar to what my opponent probably is going to be able to do. Okay, they got a Chewbacca, so that's going to be a little bit more damage than what we could put up, so that's fine. We're going to go Lobot, and then we're just going to put a Doom down next turn, which is going to be pretty nice. And we'll see if we're going to be able to race them here. I mean, 6 damage immediately is pretty incredible. You know, Devotion is really what I want to see. Devotion, get an extra damage on like the Lost Jedi and whatnot. And do that whole thing. We'll see, though. I mean, they are pumping right now. They are pumping. Doom's going to come out, get some experience on everything. They're going to pump up their units. I mean, that's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. And we don't really have an answer to what's going on right now. It is just a pure race. We have no Vigilance in hand, which would be able to heal us up a little bit. No more upgrades. Would have much preferred an upgrade at this point, but that's okay. We can go Doom attack. I mean, they're going to win, right? Because they attack for 6. Each of these things attacks for 6. If they have anything, really, I mean, we have a claim initiative. We didn't get a devotion. We didn't get kind of all the cards that we were really looking for. And our Sentinels don't really do a whole lot up against the full-on space deck. So, yep, and more units. That was a very quick game, but that's kind of how this deck goes, right? If we had more upgrades instead of all the units that we drew, it would have been, you know, kind of a game, because we could have put some more upgrades on like the Lobots. We could have put more upgrades on the Lost Jedi and really pump in damage, right? Because let's say we get an Electro Staff, that's +3 damage immediately onto the Lost Jedi, which is incredible. Or if we, let's say, pick up a Size Matters Not, that is an incredible amount of damage. That is extra +5 damage every single turn, so that would have changed the game. If we drew a Devotion, that's, you know, +2 damage and Restore 2, so it's a 4-point life swing, but we didn't get there. So GG. Nice quick game against Poe Dameron. You got us. Alrighty, into the next game here, and I mean, we've got ourselves a pretty reasonable one. We've got a couple early units. Vigilance, I don't think is going to be all that great. I think I prefer Lobot over the Lost Jedi, but we're going to start off with probably just Zam Wessel, and we'll see what my opponent's got. They got Director Credit. Of course, they've got the absolute best turn 1 play in the whole game. All right. Zam Wessel going to be the resource here. We're going to go Lobot plus Devotion. Okay, Night Sister Warrior. Sure. Double Night Sister Warrior. Yep, that's pretty good for them. Okay, we will hit the Director Krennic. We've got Lost Jedi. I mean, they can go ahead and knock out our thing here, our Lobot here. I don't think this is a very good matchup at all for us, to be honest, but that's okay. Director Krennic is an absolute menace here in this game, so we do kind of have to get rid of it, even though, you know, I mean, they're going to be able to, you know, double trigger all their stuff, draw a million cards. I mean, it is pretty bad for us no matter what. Let's go with Gideon, at least to get some value. Hopefully they don't have something to, you know, just remove our units straight up, but I mean, they're playing Vigilance Villainy, you know. It's just kind of a nightmare in general. They're going to double trigger Cobb Vanth. They're going to get a Loth Wolf and a Owen Lars. That's sick. Cool. Yep. Double trigger. Really sweet stuff. Here, I think I'm going to just resource. I mean, what upgrades do we have? I mean, I could play one of these on my like Force unit, so maybe Ogdo is going to be the resource here. I'm going to deploy Lama Su before attacking with Gideon, because I would like to give Lama Su the experience tokens. I know they could have like Power of the Dark Side, which would really stink, They're already playing No Glory, which makes sense in Thrawn, right? I mean, No Glory, Power of the Dark Side, these cards are to be expected. But I remember was really hoping that, I mean, here, I think I just, I mean, here I'm just going to attack the Loth Wolf with the Gideon. They can kill off my Gideon with their Thrawn. And then here we could play Lost Jedi because I'm expecting a Power of the Dark Side. They've got Darth Vader, so they're going to put Shield Token. Interesting. I mean, now I really don't want to play the... what's it called? The axe, because it's just going to die. So we're just going to go construct a lightsaber on the Lost Jedi. Gonna pass. Got a couple axes. I mean, I think I'm just gonna keep all my cards in hand. I don't see a reason to resource anything here. My deck is pretty cheap. So we'll see. We'll see. They're gonna hit the Lost Jedi. Sure. I mean, here in this spot, I think I just hit their base for 8. Okay, there goes their unit, I suppose. They're gonna draw Maul. Oh, they got a Maul, huh? Okay, so I mean, they could play Maul and knock out Lost Jedi. I don't really care about that, to be honest. I really don't, actually. I'm gonna play Newt Gunray because I don't want Axe to die to the Darth Vader immediately. So they can play Maul and hit us for 7, right? But it's, or 6, but oh wow, they have Timely Vader. Disgusting. I mean, the game is over now. What a disgusting card. It's GG. Wow, they're playing Thrawn. They got Timely Vader. Oh, it's over. GG. Oh. They just happen to have the other Vader, huh? I don't think they drew that out the Owen, but they happen to have the Timely and the Vader. And, you know, we can't really do anything against that. Our deck just does not function up against that type of stuff. So GG to my opponent. Alrighty, into the next hand. And honestly, pretty solid one. I'm happy about it. The Electro staff looks pretty good. The only thing is, like, my opponent's probably just playing a bunch of removal. Ooh. Do I want them to take damage? I think I will just let them, the Lost Jedi, take damage here so I can get... Oh, they've got given to your anger. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, let's go with Axe Woves here. They can keep using the trigger here from Daedra. They're playing Daedra Blue, which is probably just GG because they're probably just playing full control. I mean, they can hit the Axe Woves. I'll let them do 2 damage to it. I'm not letting them draw a card. They got Daring Ray to follow up. Sure. I mean, you know, this is kind of how the game goes. We're going to go Ogdo Bogdo. They can deal 2 damage to it if they want. But, I mean, Ogdo Bogdo. Yep, we'll take 2 damage on Ogdo. And we're going to claim. Do they have another removal? Entrenched. Wow. I mean, Entrenched is gross. That is a good one up against us. We're just going to go Vigilance, Defeat, and then discard 6 cards, I suppose. Let's see what they've got. They got Grappling Guardian, some Anakin. We're going to claim Initiative. Okay, we got Dr. Pershing that we're probably just going to drop out here. I'm just going to go Dr. Pershing, Doom, and Lama Su on the same turn. My opponent's playing full control. Yep. I mean, that's just what happens. I mean, my opponent's playing Daedra Blue full control. Wow, playing control deck up against my upgrade. Oh no. All right, let's go ahead and pass. We get some experience over on Lama Su. I mean, at this point, we just resource all the upgrades and we just play units. They can draw a million cards. I mean, they have Super Laser Blast most likely, but we can't really play around that. We just have to put everything on the table. Power of the Dark Side will defeat the Chiltsin. I mean, again, we have to put everything on the table. We don't win if we stall. We just have to hope that that they have no Super Laser Blast, right? That is kind of the game plan. If they have it, and it's GG. If they don't, then we probably win here. They have it, and that is GG. They're playing the full control Vigilance deck. Wow. GG. Alrighty, into the next game. We got Sabe on the opposing side of the battlefield. I don't know if that's how you say her name. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments, as you all always do. But I actually quite like this hand. The Tarkin Town up against, units that are going to get grit is going to be excellent. So that's going to be a nice little bonus. And I'm just going to start off with, there's no guarantee they're going to be able to deal like some damage to my units, right? Because there's no like guaranteed trigger from my opponent. So I think I'm just going to go with Protector onto the Zam Wessel. Thank you, opponent. And let's pass here. Nuke Gunray, Pershing. Honestly, I'm leaning towards just dropping a Pershing. Should resource the Lobot here. I'm really interested in drawing some additional cards here. Zam Wessel being a 3/5 is nice. 3/5 Sentinel is nice, but Tarkin Town can kind of finish off this unit at any moment, so that's going to be pretty good. They're going to be able to kind of filter. The nice thing about this, however, is if they just stop dropping, or they drop upgrades, it looks like they're discarding the Lost Jedi, but if they drop upgrades into my discard pile, I can replay them with Lama Su, so that's pretty nice. Okay, Exiled from the Force. Looks like a Lobot was on top. Exiled from the Force, it's pretty weak here, actually. It's just weak. Sanctioner Shuttle. Wow, disgusting. Disgusting. They're gonna draw. Wow. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Gonna go red 3. Obviously this is a fantastic start for my opponent. They're gonna be. It looks like they're all space. We need to draw like vigilances and stuff, but they're gonna be able to filter the top cards of my deck, which is very, very scary for us. We're gonna claim they've got a Cartel Turncoat. So wow, just infinite units. We've had only units on top for the most part here, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and get an attack in for 3, then we'll get another attack in. All I want is like a vigilance here. That's really all I'm looking for. They're gonna be able to knock out Zam with an attack with Sabe. They discarded the Electro Staff, which is honestly not horrible for us. They're gonna get in all these attacks. The game is basically over. We need to like hit a vigilance. Ooh, and they have a Plo Koon. Yeah. GG. Absolutely got ran down by the full space deck. GG. We really needed to like draw a vigilance in our hand. The Sanctuary Shuttle was obviously great, but and they probably could have taken Zam, and that would have been pretty bad too. But honestly, they just played all space units. I was like, oh, Sabe was going to be pretty tough to deal with, but we just drew all units anyways, so it's not like it's really changed the game plan here. But good game to my opponent. I honestly think that leader is pretty sweet, so I'm really curious to see more of that one. So on to the next one. And of course, as I say that, we follow up with the same matchup here. This hand's pretty bad, no turn 1 play, but in this case, I actually really like this hand though. Yeah, I like Nimble Prowess as well in this matchup, so I think I'm going to resource the Newt, and I think I will resource the Electro Staff, actually. Double Cutting is going to be pretty bad for us, though, is the only thing. Yeah, let's just go ahead and resource that. Let's just go get Lobot down here. They can attack it for 2 if they wanted, but so they've got Ambush Unit, which is pretty sweet. We can go Nimble Prowess for free, or we could just play the Mandalorian, huh? Wow, they're putting Mandalorian. All right, let's just go ahead and exhaust that. Yeah, that was honestly great for them. As I was saying, double cutting's gonna be horrible because they've got cunning and the ability to exhaust all my units, which is like the bane of the upgrade existence. But that's okay. So they gotta discard a non-unit card. Honestly, I think they should have just gone for the just straight up kill on Lobot, because now I get to do exactly what I just did, which was, kill or trade with the X-34 land speeder, which is great, honestly. They can hit the Dr. Pershing. Oh, they're not. Oh, they're going to discard the Vigilance here. All right, I'm going to draw a card with the Dr. Pershing here. They've got Cantina Bouncer, huh? Wow, the bouncer, huh? Bounce, 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 bounce. So they can hit our base to try to discard a card. I mean, Nimble Prowess is probably the one they want to take. Yep, makes sense to me. Let's go resource one of these Newt Gunrays, and then I'm just gonna hit off the Cantina Bouncer. I'm gonna give an experience over to Gideon, just so that the Sabe doesn't do anything too crazy, or the yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying, to be honest, right now, guys. There's just too many things going on, and we're going insane. Let's go ahead and deploy Lama Su. We'll see what they decide to do here. I mean, they can make us discard the Gideon, I guess, which would probably be the most impactful. What can I grab here? I mean, I can attack, grab the Nimble Prowess, and exhaust something. I guess I'll grab the Nimble Prowess and exhaust the Bodhi. And then I can go Protector on Ogdo Bogdo, which seems good. Just making a big ol' Sentinel. My opponent might be a little bit confused as to how we did that. I don't know. We're waiting to see what they're doing here. Lobot, I think Ogdo Bogdo, Protector on Ogdo Bogdo, Lost Jedi, deal 1 damage to Ogdo Bogdo to make it the ability to attack. Seems pretty good. I mean, they did the tempo play, right? Double Cantina Bouncer is incredible. X34 plus Mandalorian on X34 was definitely a surprise. I did not expect that to be the play. Did my opponent disconnect, or are they... I don't know. What happened? No, this was a good game. It was getting pretty sweet, We were going to start chaining some upgrades together with Lama Su. Oh, come on. I don't know if they disconnected or what. It seemed like they just disconnected, but yeah. All right. Into the next game here, we've got ourselves a double cunning Lake Country DJ. Double cunning is just bad in general for us. I mean, Cantina Bouncer's horrible. Bodhi's good against us, right? I mean, I'm going to resource the Vigilance just because Bodhi's good against us. Do I just resource? I'm going to resource the Vigilance because Bodhi's good against us, but I'm going to keep the extra stuff because if they discard it, I can always return it back with Lama Su. But I mean, all those cards is just going to be good. It's just going to be good against us. They could play a 2-drop here if they want to. Captured under the A-Wing. I mean, I'm not going to be killing their units, probably, all that much. Yeah, Pirated Starfighter. Sick. That is a kind of a nice little 2-card combo. Just 1-drop plus that is going to give you some huge value. We've got Protector, which honestly I mean, they're going to have mostly space units, I'm imagining. So I'm actually going to resource the Electro Staff. I'm going to go Newt Gunray, see if I can deal damage to this Newt Gunray. I mean, they may have a way to bounce the Dr. Pershing, it's fine. It is what it is. I'm going to draw a card, though. Got a Vigilance back, and they may have a Bodhi here. Who knows? I mean, they could go A-Wing plus Bodhi, which would be kind of a nice 1-2 punch here. Pirated Starfighter is the name of the game. There's the Bodhi, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to get rid of the Vigilance is in my hand, right? Happen to draw into the other one, which is a little bit unfortunate. Oh, they're going to go Protector as the yoink here. Huh. A little bit surprised. Oh, I would have expected them to do something a little bit different, but sure. Yeah. I'll take it, I guess. There's another Vigilance. Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm going to just start Vigilancing, I guess, because that's just going to be good. But we're going to go Vigilance, Defeat, and I guess I'll mill 6. Maybe I hit something pretty important, see what they've got brewing over there. They got Porgs, makes sense. They've got Guerrilla Soldiers, also makes sense. Cantina Bouncers. I mean, everything that they've got brewing over here makes a lot of sense. So, cool stuff. Pirated Starfighter is essentially a turn 1, 2-4 raid 1, right? In DJ if you have a 1-drop, so that's pretty sick. Porg allows you to play a 3-drop on turn 1 underneath Porg, which looks pretty good, right? Let's go ahead and draw a card with the Newt Gunray trigger, or the Dr. Pershing onto the Newt Gunray. I can put Protector on Newt Gunray, get a little extra 2 damage in from that, and get a Sentinel brewing. And in that case, then I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to go ahead and trade. Little trade there seems pretty simple to me. They probably have like a Cantina Bouncer to follow up. We got another Pershing. Honestly, I kind of like my hand. I think I'm just going to resource the Pershing. I don't think it'd be unlikely for the game to get in a spot where I play another Pershing and it for to actually be solid after I've already played this Pershing, right? Okay, let's go with the Gideon here. And I mean, I'm just going to claim here. I know I can put Protector on Gideon, but I don't think I want to. Let's go Lost Jedi as the resource. I'm going to deploy Lama Su because I'd like to get upgrades on my Lama Su here. I don't want to really be putting experience tokens on Gideon because they're going to have a million different ways to deal with it. So we're going to go defeat, heal 5 to base, get an experience token over on Lama Su. I can attack and put Protector onto Lama Su, which seems pretty good here as well. I can put a Devotion on Lama Su and still put Protector on Lama Su, right? I mean, that seems pretty good. Let's go Devotion onto Lama Su. I mean, I'm liking our spot here, honestly. I mean, my opponent probably doesn't have too many ways to deal with Lama Su. And they could have played main deck Bamboozle. They could be playing, you know, a million different ways to like actually just kill with combat damage, but I'm not expecting my opponent to have an answer like with an event, which is what I'd be most scared of. But they could always have Cunning, right? And Cunning's just going to be good. Just going to exhaust both units and do something obnoxious. So I'm going to Gamorrean Guards it. I think that's okay here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to attack the Greedo. I'm going to put an experience token over on Lama Su. Wow, they do have the Cunning. All right, let's see what they decide to do with this 2 damage. I think they're probably going to deal to Gideon. Yeah, they did do it to Gideon. Let's go Protector over on the Lama Su. Give it a nice little Sentinel boost. Criminal Muscle. Wow. I mean, Criminal Muscle's good up against us. That's certain. All right, let's go ahead and... I mean, I guess we'll just hit the Gamorrean Guards, get another experience token over on the Lama Su. Criminal Muscle. See, this is the type of style where, like, my opponent, man, I mean, my opponents are just playing, like, all the random upgrade hate that you could possibly imagine. I mean, DJ's gonna die here, which is nice, right? All the captured units are going to enter readied, which is it can be potentially obnoxious, but I don't know if it's really going to be all that relevant here. Maclunky. Wow. Okay. I mean, Maclunky is good. That is a good one. Let's go with... I mean, do we have any upgrades in the discard pile? No, not yet. All right, so we're going to go Electro Staff on Lama Su. I know they have Criminal Muscle, but we can just keep loading. I mean, they could bounce an upgrade, right? Unless it's an experience, we can just replay it. So that's not really that big of a deal. Maclunky. I mean, there's a million different cards that could do something here. But the Criminal Muscle is certainly something that we have to keep track of. That could do some work. That could definitely do some work. I said earlier, I don't think the Pershing's going to be relevant, but it is going to be relevant. So here they're going to bounce an upgrade, and we're going to put Protector onto the Lama Su because they're going to bounce the upgrade, and then we're going to be able to, you know, go ahead and, or if we didn't put an upgrade, it would just die, which is not something that we want, right? So they're going to bounce an experience token. We're going to put another Protector onto the Lama Su because that's going to survive the Criminal Muscle kind of nonsense here. We're going to attack in for 10, get the Restore 2 going. And I mean, and they could have another Hot Shot Blaster, which obviously would work pretty disgusting. I mean, they say it's getting silly, but discard a random card. Yeah, they can discard random card. Exile from the Force. That's funny. I mean, Hot Shot Blaster could come in, which would be very, very scary for us. That Exile from the Force, if actually would have been pretty nice because they would have lost all abilities. It would have gotten 21 power if it was functioning at least. So we're going to hit in for 10. I'm just going to get in some damage here because I do have to end the game at some point. And if I don't get an attack here, I have a feeling it's going to be really tough for me to end the game. If they do have the hot shot, the second hot shot blaster for Criminal Muscle into LAMA, I think I'm okay because then I could still deploy Gideon. I could still deploy Axe. I could still draw a card. And then my next few turns would be really excellent. They're going to go Cunning, huh? +4 plus Soda, Criminal Muscle. I guess they make us discard. I'm going to return Dr. Pershing. All right, well, we're going to go Gideon. Get an experience token over on Gideon after they attack. So this is what I mean is like, yeah, they did all that, but I mean, our board is just massively better than theirs. They use their second Cunning. Yes, our leader's gone, but this is totally fine. Yeah, we can get rid of Pershing. I don't really care about their 2 battle droid, or I don't really care about that Pershing right now. We're going to get in for 6 here. Get in for another 3 with Axe. Play Doom, play Zam Wessel. And I mean, those were great draws, right? All right, well, we'll take out the hover tank, I guess. Experience token over on Axe. We're going to go Doom here. And then we'll play Zam Wessel too. Just constantly keep upgrading here. Let's claim. We're going to get attacked for 7 here. 7 into the base with the Lake Country coming in. And that's probably going to be GG. GG. That was a hefty game, to be honest. I was a little bit worried about double Cunning. Obviously, like I said, up against, you know, a deck that's going to be playing Cunnings and Cantina Bouncers and Patrol Fighters and that type of stuff. And in this case, they're even playing Criminal Muscle. I mean, it is kind of a nightmare for the upgrade deck, right? But we got there regardless. So good stuff. Alrighty, so what did we learn with LAMA double blue today? It was a sweet deck, and I always like playing with Doom. I love playing with Axe with a bunch of upgrades. Exiled from the Force wasn't actually working in some of the games that we played today, but honestly, I mean, there are not many times when I would have used it, which is kind of awkward. So I don't actually think, I mean, because the way this works is like Lobot, Lost Jedi, Zam Wessel, Newt Gunray, all these people already have grit. So, you know, Exile for the Force is kind of duplicating that, even though double blue, you know, is what we have to be in to really get value out of it. I mean, you could pay 2 resources and deal 1 damage with LAMA's ability to give something grit in like LAMA green, but I don't think that's really worth it. I do think LAMA green is probably something that you want to look into potentially even more. And the main reason for that is you probably are playing similar units. Like you're probably still playing Zam, you're probably still playing Dr. Pershing and maybe Lobot and Axe and all this stuff, but you do get access to things like Craving Power and potentially Resupply and Super Laser Technician and like a lot of these other really, really powerful cards. I in the deck, you know, Lieutenant Shieldson basically did nothing. Constructed Lightsaber, none enough Force units to really make it worthwhile. I wanted to put some more upgrades in the deck. Nimble Prowess ended up being pretty good in some of the matches. Protector ended up being really good. Size Matters Not ended up being really good. I do like the Gideon, but I do think, you know, it comes up against the same problems that every upgrade deck does have, right? I mean, even if you just put like 1 upgrade, even if your game plan is put a unit, put 1 upgrade, not my main focus, it's still a huge blowout when people play, you know, random tempo game plan cards like Waylays and even Arrest. You know, if that's going to be a card that people start playing, like capturing a unit temporarily is a devastating game plan. Exhausting our units is tough because we are relying on attacks in because of the upgrades that we're having, unless it's like Protector to give it Sentinel, right? So that all said, it is a sweet deck. I do think LAMA's got some cool things going for it, but I do think you have to get value out of your upgrades immediately, and green's going to do a little bit better job. Like, again, Craving Power is amazing in this deck. It's a 4 resource, you know, kill something, which is amazing. And then you can even follow that up with Overwhelming Barrage on the following turn. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you all for the next one.